in general, but this one can take the summer moisture and the roots don't rot too much. So that makes this one special. People give up on gingers, but this one is kind of a beast. Isn't that an unusual flavor? Grapefruit, black pepper, and ginger? Holy moly.
Grows here?
Yes, yeah. There's a ginger farmer. I'm going to buy out some of his ginger and stuff. We're going to have a day with muas, and I'm going to invite some people. Yeah, so we're going to go get what we can from him.
Nice.
Then there's Bubba Baba Blue, which is, to me, it's also Kali Ma. The ancient Kali is the blue goddess, so it has that blue ring. So you pickle, that one is so good pickled. Some pickled gingers take 6 months for the fibers to soften up to like Japanese quality pickled ginger. This takes 30 minutes. And the flavor profile is unbelievable. Well, that's the one that does the best at some of the ginger farms, this one.
What do they use as the pickling liquid?
Like a brine with sea salt and water with herbs. And that one tastes so, that one's serious flavor profile. The Ginger Fest we were planning on doing at Peace River Games, I canceled. All my fests are canceled, everything, to go to weddings. Then there's Krachai. Ralph had some Krachai soup here and he went to a Krachai farm. So Krachai is a ginger relative that dies down in the winter. It's called Chinese finger root at the Chinese restaurants. Or Chinese keys soup. They look like keys hanging like little. Well, that's the flower to confirm it. A lot of nurseries sell the wrong gingers. So you want to go to Gingerwood Nursery, Joe Pierce, Tom Wood, Plant Group Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? You have to go to real great ginger farms, Hawaiian Organic Ginger, to get true ginger and not get the labels mixed up. There's 3 nurseries in Tampa Bay that sell all the wrong stuff. And I go to Jana Skornikova is the world's expert, this woman on gingers of the world. So you go to her and her cohorts and they identify the stuff. Yo, Matt! All right, let's stop saying how great Matthew Reese is. His head will smell. It will swell. Smell. Oh, dude, you got room in here? Can you see?
I'm just going to look off the...
Oh, sorry, dude. Oh,
I'm good.
You good? How you doing? Good. That's Matthew Reese of Peace River Organic Farm and other goofy things. He's the one, remember, I was showing them some bamboos that we went and got.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the shoot of Sycamensis? I'm going to see that one. Isn't that beautiful?
That's the one I was hoping to get.
We will. What was it? $250 or no? It wasn't that bad.
I didn't have it at all.
I'll call.
Is it illegal to import for planting?
It is illegal to bring them in like all the Asian gardeners in Tampa Bay do in their suitcases and underwear, but the great collection at tropicalbamboo.com and near West Palm Beach, they brought them all through Phyto certificate. And then
I have different formats for ginger, turmeric. I'm getting so many varieties.
Oh, nice. I have a friend in India that has 120 varieties of gingers stuff. Could get in.
So
Wow.
Can you get any of these from India, Bhutan, Sikkim legally?
Yes, a bunch have been brought in legally through botanical gardens and stuff and nurseries. Plant Group Hawaii is all Phyto certificate you get from. Gingerwood Nursery is all legal. And then Vintage Green Nursery is all legal stuff. So yeah, they're bringing them in. India has amazing gingers. The mango ginger, there's 2 species of mango ginger from India. Amad, yeah.
I'm getting 200 kgs next month.
Oh wow, there's 2 species, there's manga and amada, and in our taste testings, the manga blows away all the varieties of amada mango ginger, and we pickle them and stuff at this organic farm, they're amazing. But there's a guy, Lam, from Vietnam that has 70 varieties of turmeric alone at Auburn University in, where's that, Oklahoma or something? So we'll talk, man. I'll share all my sources. Well, all but 2. I'll share all my sources. There are 2 that I don't share. My friend Wenny in Java has a great collection. He joined forces with an 8-year-old girl who's saving Temu Jering, a rare species. Isn't that cool? And I joined forces to save this little species. I grow a whole bunch here. So those are Krachai roots. Krachai, there's a big demand for fresh roots because the pickled and frozen in Asian markets is nothing like the fresh.
Where's the demand?
Online, shipping the little roots out super fresh, pack them in and ship them out like 1-day service to chefs and stuff. And it's mostly in Manhattan, all those food distributors. I used to sell most of my wildcrafted stuff to like companies in Manhattan that just have these crazy, like there was a company, Takashimaya, the smallest flower vase they had. I'd sell them floral palm flowers. It's $250. So there's money out there in these Michelin star chefs and stuff. That's crachai soup I did in coconut milk. I do part of the stems too. That is a serious flavor. That's good. But you have to get the right crachai with that right flour. Otherwise, get the right sources, please. It's not worth hunting this stuff down. My main thing is wild edible plant walk, so now I do checklists of the park. And Eric's going to be taking over the plant walk. There's 13 plant walkers. He's going to be in charge of putting their events on my website. So that's pretty cool. When I say plant walks, they give walks, coastal walks, like Hannah Richardson or Johanna Munoz, scrub walks. Joe Pierce came for 3 days. Those are different curcumas. A lot of ones from India there. I grow the curcuma xanthorrhiza, the temulawak, for ferments. Wade, you love that for your meat and stuff. Yeah, we'll get some. There's some big, beautiful 6-inch diameter turmeric relatives, and these it looks like turmeric, but it's a 4-inch diameter rhizome, not 1 inch. So I kind of went nuts. He's into. He was here for 3 days. Like Joe is the guy. Anyway, we have Tom Wood in Florida who he says he discovered curcuma woodii in Cambodia or somewhere, but they've been probably eating it for thousands of years. It's kind of funny when they would discover this stuff. Then there's peaches. I had a Florida Prince tree that gave 320 peaches in 1 year. Pine Island in the house. So I do tours of Pine Island farms, and 22 farms. It's pretty interesting. I usually do a $20 tour, 5 farms. Then we go to Fruitscapes and eat at that Nicaraguan cafe or whatever. And I also do walks at the Pineland, the Calusa capital. So right here was this. Pine Island is the biggest island in Florida, and there's the Calusa capital. And I do walks at the Smith Mound and stuff at the museum. See, Pine Island Mid, Pine Island South. That's a goofy guy. I forget his name. Matt Reese over there. He ran the Mango Showdown. That was a pretty great one. I gotta admit, Matt, that was a mango tasting.
Where is this?
He combined forces with Dr. Richard Campbell, the two of them mango troublemakers. They know their stuff too well. And we were saying before, that is the Annonaceae expert who works with Fruitscapes. What's his name?
Was that Marshall?
Marshall, yeah. Marshall is an Annonaceae fruit hunter. Look at Matt smiling, digging into a mango. It's easy to make him happy. Just give him a mango. And that's Celeste Welch you're with, huh? From Sulcata
Oh,
Groves.
yeah.
These are some mangoes from John Painter, who is an amazing mango grower with great varieties. He has an amazing, 12.5 acres. The guy's king of varieties on Pine Island. Lemon zest. That's pretty good. I like cutting mangoes like that. No, so a lot of my photos I take on handmade pottery to make it look like surprise and make it even better. Whoa, Pickering. I like Pickering because it's a dwarf, but it's an annual bearer and it has the coconut flavor in it. So, God, it's got everything. There's a Russian lady that grows mangoes in Venice, and this is her favorite one. And you see them, they look all beautiful and small, but I don't know.
Those, yeah.
I like them because they were small, and we used to plant them in Miami. We planted 20,000 public access fruit trees in Miami with fruit tree department that was illegal. They wouldn't give us permission. We just did it. I think 8,000 are alive. We're going to do a video on the ones that are. Orange sherbet, not bad. What are your couple of favorites, Matt? I know it's different with everybody. But.
That's one of them. That one that was released about 2.5 years ago. So the one that bought it when it came out should be reading it this year.
Wow.
Do you think lemon zest is better than lemon meringue?
No, I like lemon zest. I love. It's different, but lemon meringue I love. The Popu Calais.
Yeah.
The lemon meringue is insane.
So you would say it's better than the
I
zest?
love. We're all different,
yeah,
right? Some
everyone's
people like
different.
this. I love the lemon meringue, which is Popu Calais. That one is crazy. So then this is Maha Chinook. That's pretty amazing. But I'm talking about mangoes. We get the mango king over here. He's like, yeah, I could tell Andy a thing or two about mangoes. How many mangoes do you have in the ground now, Matt?
60.
That's it? You lame. 60?
60 varieties?
Only 60 trees. Are you going to plant more mangoes on your new 5 acres?
Yeah, I'm selecting them. So
Wow.
I'm gonna pick the best
He
ones.
gets the best ones. He's crazy.
Do they get affected? Do you
Then
get the
we should go
frost?
grab his mangoes when he's not around.
The mangoes weren't affected
They
by
don't
it.
get.
Whereabouts are you?
I'm on the south side of Charlotte Harbor in Punta Gorda.
Oh, you're in Punta Gorda, okay. Alright. 'Cause
So
I'm
they
in
can
Englewood.
take like a light frost, or
They can't. It's not good for them. It might mess up the flowers if they're opening the flowers. They can damage the fruit set.
It's
but-
surprisingly more warmer where he is to here.
Yeah, where I'm at, I'm
Amazing.
like 2
Amazing
blocks
stuff.
south of the harbor, so I'm in
There's coconuts and big mangoes.
spot.
Not here. In this town, this is the low temperature is 14 degrees in the mid 80s, and I've seen 19 twice. It killed all my chocolate pudding fruit, big nay fruit, all kinds of stuff.
yeah.
Colder here. But I noticed too when there's water, when there's heat sinks, I'll go up to a Apopka and then frost proof. The trees are doing better.
Yeah,
And then
you can be
trees on
elevated
hills are good.
South of the water body is
Yeah, the ones in low valleys would be all frozen. Valencia Pride, nice big fruit.
Classic.
Yeah, big whopper. Dave Mascatel, the plant nerd. You
I have
are a
one
plant
from
lover, bro.
Hoshua gave me one of those.
Oh yeah, they have big trees there. I used to help plant as a kid, plant trees at that place with Treehouse Nursery out on Pine Island. I used to drive out from Miami. So there's like 1,300 trees that made it there. That's cool because the Murrays, the old couple it was Mango Mansion back in the day, that big farm where the Valencia Prides are, where the Hoshua works. And they always wanted to go organic, but they didn't believe it. So the people running it now are total organic. So that's nice.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to do a workshop out there at that Gatherings Grove on 3 wild edible plants. Pickling sea blight on Pine Island is my favorite
When,
pot herb.
do you have a date for that yet?
No, I better check with them.
I think we should get it going, man.
Let's
I'd-
do it.
I'll
Get
help
on my
some
butt.
people
All right,
get
you
there.
got it. I
Yeah.
got it, bro. I'm listening. All right, you're right. If you say I should get it going, you're
Yeah,
right.
Maybe next week.
I don't fight the Mascatello, man. So this was just some jackfruit. See the seeds. I cook them up like make a jackfruit curry. It's like chestnut curry. And that's a big heart of palm. Now the heart of palm, I've eaten 110 cabbage palms, but I would never kill one to eat it. There's so much land clearing going on, especially the 110,000 homes they're building, gated communities from Manatee County to Sarasota. They're just bulldozing the forest and all these things, so I get them. I had a chainsaw I used to keep with olive oil in it instead of bar and chain loop, breaking. Can I have your palm hearts? Also, Megan Kelly came out here like a little over a week ago. They were cutting down coconut palms, and we ate the heart of coconut palm. That was excellent.
Coconut palm.
That's out on Pine Island. I think that's Fruitscapes of Maine. So I like making fun of Mike all in there. Look, I made this. Look, it's like it looks like balls on the Jolly Green. I'm sorry, that's not fun.
Oh my
Looks like he's got a giant is coming. I know he has 3.
You should get that chance.
Oh.
Then my favorite food in Florida is the bunya nut. They can grow up to 1,000 years old. There's 11-foot diameter trees, my friends know, in Australia. They're not a true pine, the bunya pine, but there's a big Aboriginal festival when they fruit every 3 to 7 years. They're about to fruit, some are flowering. So I've mapped out 58. I think they're hermaphrodites. They say they're dioecious, either male or female. I noticed male flowers at the top.
Are
and
these
then
the
fruits.
biggest pine nuts there are? would
They're
you
not
say?
real pines.
Oh, they're not.
They're an Arcadia.
But they're like pine nuts.
Different. They taste like pine nuts. They're this big, 2 inches, so those are good. So I've been planting a bunch around the county, and people think I'm nuts because it's 40 years to your first good crop. I don't care. I want people to walk around Arcadia and say, "Who the heck planted all these bunya pines?" Look at those things. If they hit you in the head, you're wiped out.
Are they from New Zealand?
From Australia, from the
Australia?
Bunya Mountains, and
Uh-huh.
the bunya pines from Bunya Mountains. That was some of the first protective laws. The Aborigines supposedly had threatened to go to war to protect them from Queen Victoria. Somebody wanted to cut them for timber. They're like, "Oh, really? We'll protect these with our lives." And there were good written laws like, "Back off, Queen." See, they're pretty cool. So you can eat them raw. And then I was baking them in the oven, but I didn't pop the hole in them, so they were exploded in the oven. So I learned you got to pop a hole to release the steam. If you make hundreds of mistakes like I do, it only means you're trying things. You don't make it twice. You hope. Well, I make it like 3 times. And then what's this football-shaped fruit?
Wow.
Mame.
Mame. How does a Virginia guy know all the tropical fruits? You are a plant nerd.
I
bro.
worked at Miami Fruit for
Oh,
3
I
years.
gotcha.
I've been ordering off them for a
Yeah.
couple of
We
years.
can't grow these very well this high up, right?
They do really well in Naples, Bonita Springs.
but
there's
not
some
like
beautiful
in
ones on
Englewood.
Pine Island.
Yeah.
there's a couple of Pantene varieties doing real well
In Englewood?
in Englewood.
Really? Because I've got some planted.
Try
and it's like-
Pantene, maybe that one does well.
What does?
Pantene, it's
Oh,
a
Pantene.
variety.
Right,
Yeah.
Are most of them 2 years of fruit though? Like
18
the
months
fruit
at
to
least.
develop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to have them at
From the time
Homestead.
they put the flower out to the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
of
it
fruit.
flowers proliferously right on the
Yeah.
trunk, and it's really cool.
Takes 18 months, yeah.
But that's good,
Oh.
soft. Oh my God, that's good stuff.
I love that.
Save the seed,
I love
please. Plant it. That's like, oh, and then you can make a savory soup or raw soup out of mayonnaise. A lot of people think of fruit of sweet, but
I have some in my car, some maize.
oh, buddy,
So
old
the
pal.
seeds, I've tried to grow them, but no success. Is there
Oh.
is there a technique to it?
I'll eat one and think about it.
All right.
No, I'm messing with you, dude. I'm messing with you. Sorry.
Of course you will.
We'll talk about it after I eat a couple of them. But they're true to seed, so yeah. And then mayonnaise smoothies are great.
Wow.
And then that's like, when you make a smoothie, it's sometimes nice to put some little sprinkles on the top, you know?
Sweet potato pie, kind of pumpkin pie.
Yeah. Then there's seaweeds. There's 700 species of seaweeds in Florida. I studied the whole dichotomous key by Professor Clinton Dawes. I made 1,600 slides about them. There's only one poisonous macro seaweed, macroalgae in Florida. That's easy, huh? So anyway, but what's sad is I had to cancel 12 coastal events because of the 14-month red tide bloom. So that pissed me off. And one reason, I love coastal foraging more than anything. One reason I'm going to Wales, because that's some clean-ass Irish
Wow.
sea water. And England tests like seaweeds and fish every year. The spotted sea trout survey I went on to check the methylmercury levels in America, updated in 1973. I think environmental groups should do their own testings in labs. We can't rely on the EPA and stuff. They're pretty lame-up.
Well, the Welsh make that lava bread.
Yeah.
And that's always in the
Oh, this guy here,
markets.
Jonathan? See, he's picking lava bread there? That's
Yeah.
a seaweed.
Yeah.
And he makes, so he started Cafe More, and he's got like 3, I think his one little mini coastal like food truck made like $250,000,
Yeah.
and now he's got more going. He's kicking, but he has beautiful fresh food
Swansea-
right on the ocean.
Swansea, the Swansea market. you get
Mmm,
that.
wow. So this is Dead Man's Fingers, which dries well. On Green Dean's website, it says it doesn't freeze well. It freezes great, but this is my favorite seaweed to dry and then snack on because it's not overpoweringly salty or anything. It's really good. So that's a good one. See that? And then that's the Taylor's Dead Man's Finger. See, it's a little different.
Not the same as the fruit, right?
Right.
Is that also
no? Oh,
called
the
Dead
blue
Man's
Dead
Finger?
Man's Fingers. Right. That's different.
Yeah, like the,
I should
the
call
gummy
this-
worm fruit, you know?
Yep. Well, so that's a photo from Tara Rawson. She's up north of Lion's Mane. Lion's Mane is a delicious.
Wow.
It grows mostly from Gainesville North, by the way. Here you rarely see it. That's a pretty yummy mushroom.
Would it grow on live oaks pretty well?
Yes. And then so like the chicken of the woods here, they tend to pop in November. And you go to the trees you know, like live oaks that are broken or chainsaw, and they pop the same month, same week every year.
In the summertime?
And I'm going to share
fall?
my secret fishing spots and mushroom spots because I'm moving to Wales. And I have a booklet with 1,500 collecting sites from Miami to West Palm in 3 notebooks, and Ralph and my buddy Ralph and Eric Lewis are getting those maps. So go to them for good stuff. So this is Lactlus Coragas. That's a delicious milky cap. Grows along Prairie Creek down here. Not far. Kind of near you, Christine. Those are delicious. But you got to know your stuff with mushrooms. Don't. There's Michael with some chicken in the woods. Sure, he knew where that one was going to fruit. And sorry, this slideshow is not polished. I just threw this stuff in. Oh, Mother Earth News just used another photo of mine in their magazine. That's one of them. A little Florida Bethany root. It's this. It's the rattlesnake root.
Oh,
It's raw. You eat it. It's like a radish with no bitterness. It's in the mint family. Grows in wetter ditches. At Eco Farm in Plant City, there's thousands of them as a weed. But it has stachyose, a sugar called stachyose in it, which is one of the best things to feed. Like, say you take antibiotics, you want to feed your lower gut. Stachyose sugar will feed it real well. So that's a good food for recuperating from. And you make a tea out of the above ground flowering part, and I think it's nasty. I have a slideshow on 50 wild teas of Florida, but this one I wouldn't put in it. What is this plant? It's a vine. Grows in wet areas locally around here. Groundnut. Eric, you know groundnut.
I'll
He
grow
knows.
grapefruit.
How good is ground?